Yep, so today, just giving you a little update. I basically buried the sewer pipe that runs along the back of the house. Which I've dug out. That goes into the sort of downstairs powder room, loo, toilet, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to put a box around that with an access panel, so in case we ever have to clean it. And I buried that all in along here. Yeah, even after it lifted up, it's a bit of a nightmare. So in this area now I have to kind of grade. I have to bring this down about 5 centimeters. And then I'm also burying this, which goes to the first floor or second floor, depending where you're from, toilet. I'm going to also be adding pipe for the shower and for the sink and bathtub, and that's going to get collected in our grey water collection system, which will be over here. And then this, as you can see, just sort of temporarily hooked in now from the master bathroom ensuite. Just jammed in there. That's eventually going to go into this. It's eventually going to go into this collection thing with a pump in it and pump it all the way along and down there into the garage, where I'm going to have some IBC containers, I don't know, 5, 10 of them, and just sort of collect the water, which we can then use on the garden and the grass. As it's pretty dry here during the summer and there's often water bans, so I might as well collect it and use it for something good. Yeah, I've put on a non-return valve on this, and I'll have a non-return valve on the grey water, because what I want to do with the grey water is have it, when it overflows, or if it overflows, then I want to have it just go right in the sewer. That's the hope. I'm currently now using, or I've also attached this pipe, which will be going into the pool room, which has a really large pipe, just in case we ever want to convert the garage and make it into a gîte or some sort of rental place. At least we've got the plumbing in there for the toilet. I'm also going to have the sink that's outside here connecting to it, which is why that pipe's just jammed out there. And then there'll be another sink inside the pool room. Plus the pool room, the pump also, you do backwash, flows into that as well. So that's the main line that goes out to the street. And I'll return on it. I've made little pads on the bottom, which I just did really quick drawing concrete. Don't have to look pretty. And then I'm just going to basically block it out and make a kind of a cavity for each of these. And then I have lids for them. This one here, I'm going to have 2 lids. They were kind of traditional ones, old ones that I found that were already at the place. I might as well repurpose them. And then I have a really large one over here, which will take sand or paving stones on top. You know, we're going to do tile with all the pathways once we pour concrete. Excuse the noise. This trench, this pipe here, which isn't going anywhere right now, what I'm going to do is use that to take these hoses, the pipes that go to the pool, and I'm just going to stick them in there. Just stick them in there just so that they can go under the concrete. I have a little extension where a pipe that I'm just going to have it pop up in the grass. I'm going to have one of these kind of access things in there. If I ever want to fish something through and under into the pool room, it'll be there to fish through that pipe. But right now I got to dig that trench along to there, and then I'm going to cut those pipes, reattach, cut them shorter because they don't need that length. The hoses, I mean, for the pool, and then basically put new ends on them, put the ends back on, and then hook them up into the pump room. So that's my kind of digging for the day. And then we have a friend who has a big long driveway, who is letting us get rid of a lot of our earth because we've got so much now that we're just dumping it on his driveway. But yeah, not too much else going on. I've got to move all those stones. I've got to replace and remove the line that kind of comes from the kitchen, which is here. It's this big temporary pipe for now, going in the back. I will be digging this section out into the house, a new spot in the kitchen, just running this pipe straight across here and into the house. I'll dig a hole in the kitchen floor and just have it pop up there temporarily until we get to doing the inside of the kitchen. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at for today, and almost done the digging. Another few weeks, and hopefully before winter hits that I'll be done this. The weather's starting to get a bit worse here. A bit of rain and cloud happening, which is pretty rare. So yeah, hopefully I can get this all sorted. And then I've also, of course, got to chisel out where the old pipe ran. Got to chisel out where the old pipe ran up in there, remove that pipe that's in there, which now goes into what will be our laundry room, because we now have this one that runs up this side instead, and that runs along there and across and into our drainage to the street. And then all we're going to do for collection of grey water is do the 3 bathrooms. We're going to do the first floor bathroom, and we're going to do the ensuite, and then the top floor bathroom. And that should be more than enough water if anyone uses it or whatever to collect up. I'm also going to be doing drainage along the edges of this. If I mentioned before, I'm going to just repurpose that one, put grates on it, and insert a smaller one inside of it, and then run it all the way along here. And this way, all on the wall. I'm going to have it turn a corner and then go down and into the kind of the gully that's already there. And then after I put these pipes in, hoses for the pool, I'm going to be putting a French drain on top of it. So we're going to go down quite a bit down for these pipes. Put some dirt on top of it and then work on the French drain. That's going to go all the way along here. Just got enough grade for it. Just enough slope to hook it into the canal that's, or whatever you call it, the trench that's along the side of the garage. I'm going to have it run along here, and then all the way along this edge, turn, and hook in over there. And I'm going to also have a piece of French drain coming up to here, connecting to there, and then I'm going to have another bypass hose or pipe that just runs out to the street, which takes all our extra rainwater. I'm also thinking of having some sort of, which is what that box is there for, is maybe having sort of a bypass that runs into the grey water system that can capture at least this corner, the back half of the house. We put the guttering on and stuff like that. It'll capture all that water, and then also fill it, and we can pump that into the IBC containers. So we'll see. It'll be something where I'm just going to hook it up. Whether I use it or not, we'll see. I can always just block it, or not even drill it till I'm ready, kind of thing. And otherwise, it'll just flow straight through, and I can decide to shoot it off as all this water continues down to the road. I'm just going to have a little thing where the lowest side just kind of fills up here. If it gets too much for it, just continue to shoot down. But at least if it's a trickle kind of rain, we can fill up with it. But we'll see, yeah. And then once again, there's lots of ways to kind of have it back up, and we'll have a non-return valve on the grey water, so it can't get in the house. That's what that little guy is over there with the red knob. Basically, that'll hook into a little bit that comes out there, and then I'm going to have what's temporarily just hanging there, running from that guest bath or the ensuite. It'll come and connect up to the top floor bathroom. That'll just run down there. We're not going to reuse the water for the kitchen sink, just in case people put grease in it, or food and stuff like that. And we're not going to use the dishwasher, but we will be using the washing machine. That should make its way into the grey water, which should be fine. Cool. Well, that's where we are for now. having such trouble getting through this soil, I bought one of these little cheap cultivator / chiller things. I did a little test on it. It seems to be working, so hopefully that'll speed things up. Let's give it a go. It'll take multiple passes, but it certainly gets through a lot easier. Pickaxe. I found the tiller to be pretty helpful, as I was getting injured all the time from trying to dig through that hard rocky soil. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see what I get up to next, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.